Good day. I am Kemar Stuart. Alternate views and unfortunate demise. Barbados being a 49% shareholder in LIAT 1974, this country has a story to be told in regards to its actions or inactions which led to the unfortunate demise of the airline. It has been estimated that former Barbadian workers are owed in the region of 13 million EC dollars or 9.7 million Barbadian dollars by LIAT. On his visit to Barbados, St. Lucia Prime Minister Philip Pierre spoke to an unfortunate demise of LIAT. Although St. Lucia is not a shareholder in LIAT 1974, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre during his 2022 budget presentation to Parliament promised that severance payments due to former St. Lucia LIAT workers will be settled. Those workers were paid 100% of their severance in their compensation package, exceeding $6 million. The former LIAT staff got a one-off gift of $2,000 from the Mayor administration and were awaiting an additional $2,000 per month via a loan from the government of Barbados, which will be recovered when Antigua decides to make good on the severance owed to Barbadian workers. The employees from Barbados who contributed to the Antigua Social Security System, or NAS, are entitled to severance payment by the Antiguan government, as LIAT headquarters is based in Antigua, which is the second largest shareholder, 34%. Prime Minister Gaston Brown disclosed that the government of Antigua and Barbuda is proposing to cover 50% of LIAT's liability as it relates to severance. Barbados as a country should step forward and add the additional 50% or $4.9 million in severance liability due to these former LIAT workers, and that is an easy fix. The Caribbean market has historically accounted for about 15% of total visitor arrivals to Barbados before the pandemic, and while COVID caused visitor arrivals from the Caribbean to drop, former Minister of Tourism and International Transport Lisa Cummins said in May 2022 that the continuous decline in visitor arrivals from the Caribbean is merely due to a fall-off in airlift capacity. The minister suggested that the collapse of Antigua-based LIAT Airline in mid-2020 had an impact. The Antiguan government implemented a 50% reduction in airport service charge for Caribbean visitors, and in following suit, the Barbadian government then implemented that same policy in June 2021. The government of Antigua has confirmed that it submitted a document to the authorities in Barbados indicating its interest in purchasing the country's shares in LIAT. In a letter dated May 16, 2019, Prime Minister Mia indicated a willingness to divest some of Barbados' shares. The Prime Minister of Barbados has admitted that talks with Antigua and Barbuda regarding the sale of LIAT shares did not go as expected, and that those negotiations never got off the ground, and that discussions came to a halt only after a few hours of meeting in Barbados. The Attorney General, the Marshal, led negotiations which included the former Minister of Tourism, Kerry Simmons, and Director of Finance, Ian Carrington. It was initiated and it was said that Antigua and Barbuda would have to take up Barbados' debt owed to the CDB of $100 million that was used to purchase 3 aircrafts for LIAT. Government Minister in the Ministry of Finance in Antigua and Barbuda, Lennox Weston, linked Barbados to what he described as attempts to steal or to destroy the regional airline. Minister Weston said that there was a plan to take over or to destroy LIAT at that particular meeting in Barbados, which was led by the Attorney General and Minister Kerry Simmons. The Antigua Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Lennox Weston, read from a memorandum dated March 23, 2019 on his floor of Parliament, which indicated that a team from the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority met with the lawyer for LIAT, who notified the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority that the airline was considering relocating its headquarters from Antigua to St. Vincent and sought information as it relates to the change of location. During that meeting, the lawyer of LIAT invited the officials from the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority to attend the meeting in Barbados to discuss the legal matters pertaining to LIAT. The lawyer then announced that consideration was being given to relocating the headquarters of the airline to St. Vincent, but due to the legal implications, it was decided to opt for Barbados instead. And continued to read from that memo, Mr. Weston added that Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority understood that a new LIAT will be established with the name LIAT 2020 and that it will be relocated in Barbados. The lawyer advised that it was best for Barbados to establish a civil aviation authority. To quote Mr. Weston even further, he said that the Prime Minister of Barbados in that meeting instructed the Minister of Civil Aviation with the shortest time possible, and to quote him again, by the weekend, a Prime Minister who is not even a part of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority, directing that authority, and to quote him again, he says, I say, kill the Civil Aviation Authority in Antigua and form one in Barbados in 2 days, the Antiguan minister told his parliament. In October of 2022, former Minister of Tourism Carrie Simmons tabled the Civil Aviation Bill to establish a civil aviation authority in Barbados after what appears to be a failed hijacking of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority. But the question needs to be asked, who is really this unknown government-appointed lawyer who would have recommended such a move? The Antiguan Mr. Weston said that they, meaning his team, rejected the notion, and that they, meaning the Barbadian team, used their majority position and their management not only to bankrupt LIAT, but to try to liquidate it as well. However, the Antiguans amended the Companies Act, and in a statement issued by the Cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda, it explained that under the amended legislation, firms that find themselves in trouble may now apply to the court for protection from their creditors, rather than to be compelled to liquidate, as was the only option available to owners and creditors before the passing of the law. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown later said that Barbados was insisting that his government purchased their 49% shares in LIAT for 88 million Barbados dollars. However, Gaston Brown declared that he will not settle at the US $44 million and its proposal made by Barbados. And in a very abrupt move, Prime Minister Gaston Brown declared that he has told Prime Minister Mia Mottley that Antigua and Barbuda has found the $40 million to pump into LIAT and no longer wants to buy Barbados' shares in the airline. In fact, Gaston Brown says that he's anxiously awaiting a word from the Barbados government as to whether or not it will write off millions of dollars in debt owed by the regional carrier LIAT to the government of Barbados. It is understood that the Barbadian government allegedly agreed to write off the debts owed to LIAT. So far, questions and updates from former Minister of Tourism Carrie Simmons and Prime Minister Mia Mottley remain unanswered, especially in connection with the leasing of the Grant Lee Adams International Airport on a 40-year lease to an unknown company, and the stern rebuke by the Antiguan Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Lennox Weston, with allegations of sabotage to LIAT, and with no clear path being set out to recover the lost tourism travel. Therefore, Tourism Minister Ian Gooden Edgell, he may be drowning in sun, sand, and sea. Thank you very much. I am Kemar Stuart.